At the end of 2020, the research expedition MOSAiC returned from its Arctic voyage, having spent more than a year collecting data with a kilometer-long network of measuring stations. It is the largest scientific data collection from one single region ever, and possibly also the last large-scale recording of a disappearing landscape that is considered by scientists to be the key witness of climate change. The incredible amounts of data are now waiting to be evaluated in order to give us more evidence about climate change. Collective responsibility is unimaginable without collective remembrance. In the digital space, however, we are no longer talking about remembrance, but about memory or information storage. So what is missing are techniques that generate a vitalization of dead information with energy. The mass of data makes the world invisible. If the filters are not there to give things meaning, everything remains useless. In our opinion, such vitalization processes cannot be left to sciences and rationality alone. A transition of the digital archives into the collective remembrance can possibly only happen through detours, perhaps through irrationality, or through emotions.
Together with a group of MOSAiC scientists and the sound designer and composer Thies Mynther, we have developed a sound object that outputs the data from the Arctic as sound, a sonified portrait of a disappearing landscape. The object is a hybrid between a sonification device and a music instrument, and a kind of library that stores measurements from the Arctic in the form of sound. But how does the data get translated into sound? After spending a year in the Arctic, the MOSAiC expedition returned with the biggest data collection from one region ever. We wondered about what will happen with this gigantic amount of data and how to share it with the world. This initiated our project, leading us to connect with the scientists from the expedition. Working closely together, we carefully selected 24 sets of data from hundreds available, focusing on aspects of global warming. The original data was provided in a variety of formats, so we needed to convert them into a unified form. In order to continue our work, we developed a special algorithm to transform the data into MIDI curves. These curve-shaped diagrams were fed into an audio software, where they served as notations for filter movements that affect the basic sound of the instrument. The basic sound is the human voice. The instrument is organized into 6 areas that follow the key areas of the expedition. Each area is further divided into 4 categories. A total of 24 datasets covering a period of 11 months. One day lasts 1 minute in terms of sound. The complete sound composition runs for over 5 hours. Categories can be selected individually or in freely chosen groups. For each of the 6 areas, a speaker is assigned, and together they form a strange chorus. 24 voices of a disappearing landscape. By using a keyboard interface, we can interactively engage with the data and play along with it. But as soon as we press the keys, the data also plays us. In this way, the Earth affects the human voices and makes them speak the language of the Earth. A geological turn, so to speak. But how can such an instrument be played? What does it mean to compose at all, if the instrument is a resonating reflection of a disappearing landscape? We understand the climate crisis as a crisis of culture and a crisis of existing forms. Therefore, we want to expand the way digital archives are used, to make them tangible, and invite people to develop their own personal approaches to the issue of global warming.